2.
Hello everyone, Grandmaster VAR Akobian here with 1000 GM, and today we're going to look at the game from the St. Louis IM Norm tournament from round number 2 between a very strong Grandmaster NYZHNYK against IM Stefanov. So let's take a look at this game. So NYZHNYK opened up with knight f3 and immediately d5 play by Stefanov. He says, I'm going to control the center. I want to put a pawn on a central square on d5 and also control the e4 square. So NYZHNYK decided, you know what, let's go back to the d4 type of positions. So, and we entered this G3, and this is called the Catalan, okay? This is called the Catalan system, and black takes, bishop c4, bishop g2, and we're entering to some of the sharp variations where black tries to keep this c pawn. So e4, bishop e7, and here, since black king still stuck in the middle of the board, right? Jonathan, question for you. When opponent king is stuck in the middle of the board, what are you supposed to try to do?
Attack it. Pile up, break open the center, and put your major pieces.
You open up the position of the king. And here you have to try to break open the center, okay? And how do you break the center, Jonathan?
We have like a forcing d5 right now.
Absolutely.
Looks pretty strong.
d5 with David 5, attacking the knight and trying to open up the position. He took, we took. Now we're hitting the knight. Knight before he goes, he's trying to activate his knight, and here immediately NYZHNYK jumps in with knight e5 because he wants to recover the pawn on c4, and also if we recover the pawn on c4 we can play a3 and picking up the knight, like for example in this variation, castle takes, and then we can simply play the move a3 and pick up the position, and now it's a problem. So that's why he played the move bishop f5
just to developing
the bishop. Yes, knight takes c4, picking up the pawn back, but it looks like after bishop d3, did really super strong Grandmaster NYZHNYK blunder this bishop d3? The question is, no, he did not. He actually told me he had analyzed this position and he had a strong novelty, new idea prepared here. And the novelty is b3, bob3.
Wow.
Okay? Protecting, bob3, protecting and ignoring the fact that the rook is hanging. Because if you move the rook, it's not going to work very well because you're going to lose the piece.
Yeah.
So you don't want to waste time to move it. So he goes here. It's very interesting. Now he takes back with the king. And now there is a strong threat here. But white is trying to play play a3 and trap this knight. Okay? So that is the idea, to play a3 and to trap the knight. So black has to take some measures. b5 played. And this is a slight inaccuracy. Better response would have been the move a5. Sacrifice a pawn, and then at least you can retreat now with knight a6 when needed it. But he didn't do that. He played here. Knight here comes in, and now again a3 is on top. Okay, a3 is on top, and knight. Let's say you just castle. Where is your knight going now? The knight is trapped, and also this knight can land on c6 as well. So he couldn't do that. So he played c5. Trying to open up the diagonal and attack the knight. And here, bishop f4 comes in, activating the bishop and hitting the rook, and now threatening some d6 ideas too at some point. So now he goes queen takes a5, castle, and finally, move 17, Jonathan. Black manages to castle, okay? So normally you gotta try to castle early.
I do it 4, either 4, 5, or 6. I just get out of there at the Catalan stuff.
Well, but it's a little too late when you're playing a super strong Grandmaster.
Oh no!
The punishment is usually very swift, you know.
Yeah, this pawn is powerful.
Comes in, hitting the bishop. If you take my bishop, I take back, and there's just serious problems here in the position.
Queen's coming.
So yeah, he played here, bishop a7, putting pressure on the knight, pawn. Bishop b6, but NYZHNYK calculated it all. And he says, go back. So the knight has to go back on c6, and it's very forcing now. Boom, knight d5, activating, hitting the queen. You cannot retreat because after the capture, you're going to drop off the piece.
Oh, wow.
So he plays here, queen takes, attacking the knight. Knight d4 comes in. Here it's very important moment here. I mean, if you give black like one move, he will play like g6 and then rook d8, and he's going to be just comfortable here. So timing is very important. So we want to play d7 and then rook e8. But to do that, first we do is we bring the rook into the game. I goes rook d8. Again, his last chance was to play c4. So c4 would have been his best chance to try to generate his own counterplay. So like this. And now this c pawn is becoming a asset as well here. So
yeah, a little slower, but still coming.
Better here. White is still better, but it's not so easy to win. So he played rook d8, and now just simply rook e7. We already know that rooks belong on a 7th rank, and now we're putting pressure on f7. So you cannot take on d6, queen f7, queen g7 mate, knight e6. And now NYZHNYK just calculated everything. Bishop takes it, bishop e6. And now he played rook d6. Idea is if you take with this guy, now there's a very nice move, rook e8 check, and your rook is overloaded. It's protecting and is guarding the background. So if you take,
yeah,
lose the queen. So that's why he couldn't do that. And if you go here, just rook d8.
Oh, that's so strong.
Yeah, bishop h6 comes in, and NYZHNYK just calculate the whole thing. Boom, boom, and now we need to figure out where to attack again, and that good square is queen a8. Now threatening rook takes f8, d1, d2, and here the rook is under attack. If you play queen d6, we have a classical position where black's piece is overworked here, okay? The queen is overworked here, Jonathan. It's guarding f8 and guarding on d1. What would be, why he resigned? Why he didn't continue playing on? Can you see the idea?
Yeah, rook takes, queen takes, king takes rook, and then you have a bishop in the endgame, and it's just over.
Because after the exchanges occur, you just take the rook, and then the bishop for a pawn is not going to be a contest, okay?
Yeah.
So that's why after king e2 move, IM Stefanov threw in the towel, which gave Ilya NYZHNYK, super strong grandmaster Ilya NYZHNYK, the perfect start of the IM event, 2-2.
That's amazing. Well,
yeah, this was a pretty awesome game, I thought. And once again, I want to put emphasis on bishop d3 is kind of a natural move, but probably not the best move. And here, Ilya's novel idea b3, you know. It was
so this is 2 lessons. It's prep, and it's also like the most natural move might be a trap if it seems too obvious for a top player.
Yeah.
Like if they're gonna fork a knight
if
in
you
a
don't study
rook.
this, you would think, oh, this is just the guy just blundered the exchange, you know.
Yeah.
But no, he had analyzed this quite deeply.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much, GM
Absolutely.
Akobian.
I hope you guys enjoyed this game, and we're gonna have more games from this round coming up shortly.
Awesome. Thank you so much.